Previously on Balls.
You wasn't too bad, mate. Yeah.
It was a hard act to please. This Campese fella. Welcome to the Flush Out again on a Monday afternoon. And where should we start? First, before we get onto the rugger, I want to ask you your thoughts on see that Shane Watson. There's all kinds of drama now because Mickey Arthur, the South African coach of Australia, has dropped 4 of the players because they didn't write an essay about their roles in the team after they lost to India last time. I thought you'd find that amusing. What do you? I mean, I would be scared as a South African to actually go there coaching a bunch of Aussies and then tell them to go write essays.
People like Jake White, I can imagine him doing the same.
You reckon he would?
Oh, mate, come on, it's a different view. I mean, you can't get guys to write essays. You've got to call them in the room and say, guys, you're not performing. Why aren't you performing? What is the problem? We've got to do this, you've got to do this, so he drops. Don't write an essay, that's schoolboy stuff.
I don't think Jake White would get them writing essays. He would just tell them, you're not performing, lift your game, I'm going to leave you out.
Well, that's what I mean. I'm just saying, there's a difference. You know, when you're a professional sportsman, the reason why you're a professional sportsman is because you're supposed to be professional.
Yeah.
But as I said, you know, one of the biggest problems we've had over a couple of years now in cricket is that there's so much cricket on, you don't know if they're marked or coming or going. One day they're playing for Australia, next day they're 2020 somewhere because they're in big bucks. They come and test cricket and they can't perform because you can't go and bash and then try and block and stay in there for a couple of hours and get a couple hundred runs. It just doesn't happen anymore.
I can just see the newspapers in Sydney tomorrow having a go at David Campese for having a go at Australian cricket.
Well, no, it's not really having a go. I mean, this is the frustrating part. You know, Australia's going to England this year for the Ashes. You know, and if you go back, even South African great teams, you look at the teams, the players. You know, the Dougie Walters, the Marsh, the Lilly, the Thompson, the Shane Moore, and the Steve Raw, all those players. You look at Australia now. It takes Michael Clark out of the team, and who are the rest of the players?
Yeah. No,
and that is the problem, mate. They've been thrown into an arena. They have one good test, and they're all supposed to be superstars, but they cannot deliver when the pressure's on, and this is the problem. That's now they're panicking. Now you've got to get guys who write essays. What next?
I thought that we got done well with you. All right, let's turn our attention to rugby. 1 out of 0? What, 0?
Oh, 0.
Mr. Campese.
PGA clap.
What has happened to you? You used to get him like maybe 44, 4 out of 6, 5 out of 6. Not one right last week.
Did I get them all wrong?
All wrong.
Geez, that's what I told people. Don't. And if I bet on, just go for the opposition teams.
No, but you used to be so good.
If you actually take my advice, you should be winning big bucks, man.
But I mean, I know we had the debate about, and you went for your heart as opposed to your head with the Brumbies. Surely you didn't really expect the Tars to beat the Brumbies.
Yeah, but Darren, you know, if you're a Lions supporter, man, you've been following for 40 years, what are you going to say?
No, I've been a Shark supporter for 10.
It's like Narsa on Supersport going against the Blue Bulls. He doesn't go against them, he says it's going to be a tough game.
Yeah, but so you're saying you do what Nas does?
Yeah, well, I mean, does anybody actually really think the Cheetahs are going to win?
Nah.
Exactly.
No, listen, I think a lot of people were 1 out of 6, maybe 2 out of 6.
No, I think I got the Sharks to win.
Did you?
Yeah, I didn't go for the Kings.
Sorry, I worry. Kate said you got 0 out of 6 because she's still sitting around here thinking the Kings.
Simon said that, not me.
No, I read a tweet that said that you got none right. No, but that is correct. You would have called the Kings. Not even you would have done that.
Yeah.
Can you please write an essay why I got them all wrong?
No, that's the thing. You know how sad it is that the Kings, they look at a 9-point loss where people expecting it to get 20 or 30.
Yeah,
9-point loss, I see it as a win.
Darren, fair dinkum. The referee was fair dinkum not there.
Yeah.
The Sharks scrum in that first half, 3 collapsed scrums on their line, and it was ridiculous.
Yeah.
You had, as I said on Supersport, the Sharks have 12 international players. The Kings have not got one.
Well, Andrew Strauss.
He's not an international
He
player.
played for the Springboks.
It's like you calling you a reserve player. But anyway, honestly, you watch the game and the referee was just one-sided.
Can you explain something to me then? And this is why I tweeted today that I said my Super Rugby team of the weekend, I put Jason Jafta in at prop because he seems to know more about what goes on there than anybody else.
Yeah.
What is he? I mean, exactly why on earth would the Sharks, when they have pulverized the King's scrum, would they want to start scrumming illegally? I mean, what is wrong with him that he cannot see that there's something else going on there?
Because it's very frustrating. If you watch that first half, and as I said, teams go there knowing they should win. and the Sharks started on like almost scored from the kick-off. Well, what happens then it's, Dace was running really high, got smashed a few times, and then what happens, the other team get very confident. And the Sharks were playing very, very deep in attack. There's no options for landing, inside or outside. And it's very easy to pick off. Their defence, there's 100 tackles, I think, they made, the Kings. If they keep on going that, mate, there'll be no one left to tackle.
Yeah.
You can only do so many tackles. But it was just their way of going about, and the referee didn't help. But the thing is, in that first half, you have a look at the Beast and Yanni Duplessis, they were giving the referee mouthfuls,
Yeah.
Every scrum you could see him give it to him. The best thing is, you shut up, you respect the opposition, you belt them, you get the 3 points, score a try, and all of a sudden, after 20 minutes, you're 20 nil up.
Yeah.
Then the other team fall apart. But if you play loose and let the referee get hold of you, you've got to be very, very disciplined. And that's the sign of a great try. And the other thing is, the Sharks have actually chipped in this competition. They couldn't score a try. It's 2 weeks in a row they cannot score tries.
Yeah.
The thing is, if they play like that next week, the Brumbies are going to flog them.
Well, that's the thing. The only thing, the Brumbies, the way they're looking at the moment, it could be a dangerous game for them. The only thing that might count against them is how will they travel?
Travel's nothing, mate. Travel is just like, you go for a trip and all that. Those guys are professional now.
Yeah.
I think what the thing is that, and I did mention after the game, I've got a bit of trouble on Twitter again, you probably know, as I said, Jake was playing South African rugby, and some guys said, what is it? I said, basic. It is. No, it is. You tell me, there's nothing fancy about it, is it? They do everything correctly, and that's what you have to do in this competition. You do the little things correctly, and the big things happen. New South Wales are absolutely pathetic.
Yeah.
And I just get disillusioned week in, week out, because I don't know what they're doing. I know the players, so my kids are laughing in the background.
That's fine.
They're laughing at me. But, it's just interesting watching the game. And if you watch the games, you can see that, what the things they should be doing. But it's so easy when the Brumbies play for each other, they've got a good environment, and that's what you need in rugby. If you haven't got that team spirit, you're not going to win.
Yeah. Well, you put your finger on it when you said travel shouldn't be an issue anymore. They've been playing in this competition for so long, and the South African teams, the Cheetahs and the Bulls, proved that by going over there and thumping sides. Sides that people were saying were going to be there or thereabouts this year.
Yeah, look, remember only 3rd rounds of the competition.
Yeah.
Someone's going to clip on the ear there.
And now one of David Campese's children is about to get shot.
And what happened is, it's a 3rd round, but if you look at, the Stormers have only won 1 game.
Yeah.
The Chiefs, there was another game where the referee was dicey. And the thing is, I hate, as Bismarck Duplessis said to me in the World Cup 2 years ago, rugby will never change as long as a referee can still win or lose a game for us. And it still happens.
Yeah.
They can win and lose a game. Did you see England, Italy?
I didn't see the game, but I heard it was a little tighter than England.
The last 5 minutes, the Italians were attacking and attacking. He could have given 5 penalties. And not once did he give a penalty for Italy, then give a penalty for England.
Yeah.
And that's what I mean. It's just, that's what I said, bring back rucking at the breakdown. You're not going to have any problems. You get your hands in there, bad luck.
Yeah.
But Camper, how do you explain a turnaround like the Cheetahs? They get thumped last week by the Chiefs, 45-3, and then to come back and win like they did, it was like they'd won the World Cup.
Again, if you have a look at number 10 for the Cheetahs, kicked every goal possible. Last week he had none because they targeted him. And this week what happened also, the Highlanders probably thought, geez, they were flogged last week, we'll just turn up and play. You can see Brad Thorne's first game, and you can see they're off the pace. The team playing French rugby, it's a different style of rugby, so you've got to turn up. And this is the thing about this tough competition. It doesn't have to be first or last. You can turn up on the day, and you can beat anybody.
Yeah.
And that is the big problem. It's not the problem, but that's what this competition is so great. If you get a team on the top day, I tell you, on an on day, you're in big trouble.
Alright, as you said, big upset weekend this weekend with a lot of people, especially on their Super Brew. Remember, you can follow our Super Brew, you can click the one if you want. It's on our website at boards.ca, and have fabulous prizes, TV, LCD TV for Corex, and also another one from DGA. Just go check it out on our website at boards.co.za. Let us see if we can be this weekend. The game is coming up. Here we go. Hurricane. listen. I'll go high as well.
Okay, Waratahs Cheetahs.
Exactly, this is the Cheetahs. That's probably exactly what's going to happen. They'll probably take a 30-point hiding now.
They used the Tories when they played for New South Wales after we had them to
Yeah, brilliant.
How well, that's what I mean, the enthusiasm for your guy is unbelievable.
Yeah. All right, so you say Waratahs. I'll also go Waratahs by about 10.
I'd go Cheetahs for that one.
Yeah, big Cheetahs.
Kings Chiefs.
Geez, that's a tough one.
Yeah, Kings. Think about it.
If Darren's got referees, I'll go for the Kings.
No ways. They do. It's going to happen. They're going to crack sometime. I mean, this is all great novelty and everything. Everyone's up there. All the kids. Their big 30-40 pointer is coming.
You can't have referees doing things. I'll tell you what was interesting. I won't tell you who said it, but a local person of well knowledge actually said the problem with referees who are at home, they always give a 9-point advantage to the home team. I won't say who it was, but he's a very, very well-known person.
Right.
And I was watching the game, and I can see exactly what he was talking about.
Subconsciously?
No, it's just one of those things. That's why they should be neutral referees. But remember a couple of years ago they had neutral referees. And then you've got an Australian referee, Kiwis versus South Africa. He doesn't really care. But when you've got a local, you have a look, they do tend to lean, people have a go at me for saying, you got this and this. But watch the games. I can show you heaps of footage of local referees who always give advantage to the local teams.
All right, well, in that case, it'll only be 30 points for the Chiefs. I'll go.
Well, that's right.
Okay, Crusaders Bulls.
Ooh, nice.
I think the Crusaders are going to have to lift their game with their 2 losses, so I think they'll be very, very annoyed. And unfortunately, I think the Bulls, especially after last year when they beat the Bulls fairly comfortably, in the quarters, wasn't it, of the competition, I think that I think that Crusaders by 10.
I'll go Bulls by 2.
Bulls by 1.
Bulls by 1. Come on, have a go.
There we go. Reds Force.
Reds Force.
Reds Force, the Reds, I think Big Daddy's out. He's having a bit of trouble. He's been
Yeah.
out in the town again for boys. Do you think these guys can actually understand what they're doing?
Clearly not.
Yeah, obviously not. Anyway,
Okay.
I'll go for the Reds.
Yeah, Reds by 10.
Okay, last game of the weekend, Sharks Brumbies in Durban.
Oh, Sharks Brumbies. Dear. Well, that's what I do here. I have to go for the Sharks.
Here we go, Campese. He's got...
Who are you going for, Darren? Because South African team versus the South African coach. You
I think Jake knows what to do. I'm very nervous about the game, but I think that one good thing coming out of that Kings game is that the Sharks would have got a hairdryer from John Plumtree, and they're going to come back and sneak a very tight one. I'll go Sharks by 1.
Exactly.
Camper, ask Johnny who he's going for in that King Sharks, Brumbies Sharks game.
I'm going for the Brumbies, Camper.
You disloyal cheater.
Why?
I'm a big Jake White supporter.
He loves Jake White.
Oh my goodness.
Local teams first, Johnny.
He's also my mate.
If someone says yes to him for anything, then that's it. John's got
Okay, whatever you ever said, I reckon I think the Sharks have learned last week, and the first day of this competition, they're playing one of the best performed teams at the moment. And I think they're going to have to deliver. I think Pat Lambie's got to go a lot flatter. He's too deep, and he's got to have more options inside out. There's no options, and it's very easy to defend. And the Brumbies have got a good line of defence.
All right, there we go. So Campo also reckons Sharks. I reckon Sharks by 1. Thanks, Campo. We'll chat to you again next Monday. See how it went.
All right. Better than 6-0, guys. I hope I get a few more.
Yes, Campo. Thanks, Campo. Have a good one. Bye-bye. There we go. David Campese joining us in the flash out on a Monday, wrapping up all the rugby and looking ahead to this weekend. Now you know what the games are. Check out our Super Brew as well. If you haven't joined, go and join it at balls.co.za.
This is Balls Visual Radio. Darren, Simon, Kate and John. Weekdays from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. Central African Time. Balls.co.za.